Hello. This is a quick class which will wake up all your parts and get you ready to do all the other things that you have to do today. We're just going to use a mat and our own bodies and anything else that you feel like you need to make yourself feel good. Like, for example, a yoga block or a strap or pillows, towels. There's all the things that you can use to prop your head up or your body parts to make things feel a little bit nicer. But we're not going to get too intricate today, so I don't think you'll need those things. Okay, let's come to the mat. We're going to start on the hands and knees. Hands and knees. It's a little bit dark in here today, and of course I'm wearing all black. The light above me doesn't want to work for some reason, and it's not about the bulb, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, hands under shoulders. I'm going to do knees together, feet together, and I'm going to curl my toes forward, stick the tushy out a little bit, send the hips back, look forward, and arch the back. Look forward and arch the back. Try and bring your shoulders away from your ears. And then I'm going to come forward again, bringing the shoulders over the hands and round the spine and relax the head and curl the tushy under. Lean back, arch the back, look forward, shoulders away from the ears, breathe. And come forward, round the spine, push the floor away. One more each way. And then I'm going to come into the center. I'm going to uncurl my toes, and we're going to do a little side to side here. So I'm going to look to the side and look at my foot and my tush, and then the other side. One side and the other. One more each way. And then come back to the center, wide knees, narrow hands. Wide knees, narrow hands, and arm up. And I kind of discovered recently that instead of reaching the straight arm up, that it actually feels quite nice bringing the elbow up. Bringing the elbow up. So you can choose which one you would like to do. Notice if you're holding your breath or if you're allowing your breath to flow. Please try not to hold your breath. Let's do one more each way. And then come back to the center. And I'm going to bring my knees back in, knees and feet together. I'm going to walk my hands forward and shift my weight forward so my shoulders are again over my hands. My hands are just as wide as my shoulders. And we're going to do a little combo here. This is a modified push-up, wide elbows. And then I'm going to push the ground away. And then I'm going to lean back and stretch. Come forward again, modified push-up. Try and let the breathing just accentuate your movements. Bringing the breath and the movements together. Pause wherever you need to if something feels like it deserves an extra deep breath. I'm just going to do about 2 more here. And then I'm going to come forward, walk my knees in, and bring my hands back in a little bit. Just kind of get organized. And I'm going to start to bring one leg at a time out to the side. One leg at a time out to the side, just kind of waking up the muscles in the hips. Let's do 4 more here. 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more each way. And then come in. Come on up. Let's give the wrists a break just for a moment. A little bit of a wrist twirl. Arms are going to come out nice and wide. Give the tush a little bit of a squeeze and press your pubic bone forward, shoulders down. Let's twist in one direction. Look at your back hand. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist. This time, come back to center. Let's bend the arms. So as you twist, again, you'll just be looking at your back arm. I'm kind of looking at my elbow. And other side. And one more, a little different. Bring the arms straight out. Keep your right arm where it is. And then open the left. Look back. And then other way. And then come back to the center. Let's bring the hands behind us. Hook your thumbs, reach down with your fingers, and kind of relax the head. Maybe move the head side to side. 1 more each way. And we're going to come back down to the mat, palms flat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to extend my right leg and keep my toes down. When I extend my right leg, I'm going to make sure that the right hip didn't just droop down, and I'm going to try to keep that right hip in line with the left. And then I'm going to just lift that right leg up. When I do, I'm going to accentuate the length of my spine, drawing the abdominals in for support. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then we'll switch. Let's extend the left leg out, toes are down, and again, make sure the hip isn't falling towards the ground, but it's in line with your opposite hip. Lengthen out your spine, draw the abdominals in. Practice 1 for practice. 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then come all the way in. We're going to now send the right leg back out again and the left arm forward, fingertips down. And I'm going to potentially lift my arm and my leg just about as high as my back is, and then lower down and lift. I'm always trying to find some extra length through the spine and support from the abdominals. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1 more, and then come in, other side. Fingers down, toes down, belly is in, and up. Good to notice if one side feels really different from the other. One set of opposing limbs. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more, and then come back in. And let's just give the wrists another little bit of a break here. Little twirl in here. And we'll come back 1 more time. Okay. A little bit of a combo here, leg and arm out, and just adding a little bit of dynamic movement. The right leg is going to go out. The left arm is going to come forward. Fingertips and toes begin down. Push the floor away. I'm going to bring my leg and arm up, and I'm going to keep the leg exactly where it is, and bring the arm out to the side, and then bring the arm behind me. Come back out to the side, forward again, and all the way down. Other side, right fingertips down, left toes down, arm and leg both lift. The leg stays where it is, arm stretches forward, and then out to the side, and then back behind me, back again to the side, straight ahead, all the way down. Okay, one more thing here. Curl those toes forward one more time. Quick little foot stretch, because why not? Bring the heels in towards one another. Sit back, get that foot stretch, let your head relax. Relax your shoulders a little bit, take a nice deep breath. And then come forward. We're gonna keep the spine a little bit rounded here. Okay, you kind of want your belly to feel like it's in charge of the movement. So I say scoopy belly, which means for me, like I'm really drawing my abdominals in, making the spine a little bit round, not too round. Curling the toes forward. Activate your chest and your shoulders by pushing the ground away from you. Exhale, bring your knees up. When it's time to inhale, that's when you'll return to the ground. We're gonna do 5 of those. So it's a deep breath. Inhale here. Exhale. When it's time to inhale, you come on down. 4 more. Last one. Come on down. Let's uncurl the toes. Big old stretch. Arms forward. Head relaxes down. One more deep breath. Okay, so now I'm going to flip on over to my back. When I get down here, I'm just going to lie flat with my knees bent. Maybe start with a quick shin hug here just to stretch out the low back. If your back is at all tight, you can rock right and left, which will be a nice little massage for the back and the hips. I was doing a bunch of work yesterday out in the garden, and I definitely feel all that work into my low back right now. So this is really nice. Okay, we're gonna bring the feet down. I'm gonna bring my feet just about as wide as my hip bones, and I'm gonna bring my hands right onto those bones here, right onto the pelvis. Feet relatively close to the tush. Neck is nice and long. Let's just, without trying to activate the muscles, so you're not squeezing or doing a bunch of hard work, you're just gonna move your pelvis back and forth. So when I bring my low back towards the ground, my pelvis does a little easy tuck. And then when I bring my low back away from the ground, my low back arches. And of course your low back is gonna move. Think about this as movement in the pelvis. Okay, and I just usually like to keep my hands on these bones here, just so I can feel what's happening. And again, don't work too hard here. You don't have to squeeze your tushy muscles or think about it too much at all. Just feel like your bones are moving back and forth. And actually it would be great if you could find a little ease there. A lot of us carry a lot of tension in our hips and our low backs. So sometimes it's nice to just find some release instead of trying to find some sort of muscle situation, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's come back to the center. So for this is what I would call neutral. And it just means I'm somewhere right in the middle of being arched and being flat through the spine. See if you can stay central there. Push down through your feet to activate the muscles in the backs of the legs. And without tucking or arching, I'm just going to pick my tush up and my hips up a little bit and then go right back down. And you can keep going little by little. This is just a small hip lift, a small bridge. See if you can push down through the whole foot. Remain pretty neutral through the spine. Naturally, your spine and your pelvis is going to move a little bit. But try to stay pretty neutral, and let's add a breath in here. Exhale as you come up. And the other thing that keeping my hands on my hips helps me to do
is I can kind of feel if I'm lifting as evenly as I can. For me, very often I end up bringing one hip up a lot higher than the other one. It's really normal for us to use one leg or one set of muscles more than the other set of muscles. So this kind of gives you an awareness that you're coming up evenly. Let's do 5 more here. And maybe you're coming up higher than me today. I'm coming up as high as it feels good for me to go. And you can always take a breath at the top. I like exhale up, inhale down. Let's do 2 more here. This next one, let's come up and pause. Okay. Perhaps in your periphery vision, you can see where your knees are. And you can kind of feel this. Can you get your knees directly over your feet? A lot of people, when they're going through this, their knees either go in or they go out. Let's see if we can align them. Hips, knees, feet. From here, flex your feet, push down through the heels so you can maybe feel the muscles in the tush a little bit more, and then put the feet down. Flex and replace them. 4 more. Flex, replace them. 3 more. Flex. 2 more. 1 more time. Good. And now hold there. Relax your throat. Roll down. This is articulation of the spine. This is good for mobility. We're going to come up that way. A gentle tuck, push through the feet. Now you're rolling up through the spine. We can't force mobility. Okay, mobility comes when you work on it. This is an exercise for mobility and strength at the same time. As you roll back down, don't force your spine towards the ground. Release it. Release it. When you get to releasing your tush, find a moment of complete release, and we'll try one more time. A little bit of a tuck, rolling through the low back, and then through the thoracic spine, coming up as high as it feels okay for you to go. When you get up there, relax your throat. Hold here for a second. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling and turn your palms to face forward. Slowly bring your arms behind you. If this doesn't feel good, you can bring your arms down by your sides instead. But if your arms are back there, relax them. Relax your throat. Slowly roll down. I think this feels very lovely. All the way down. When you get to your pelvis, relax there for a second. Bring your feet together and your knees wide. And bend your arms out to the sides into this sort of cactus or goalpost shape for the arms. And just give me 1 deep breath here. And then bring the knees up and arms right back by your side. This time, arms are going to stay right by your sides. Legs will come up into a tabletop position. Knees over the belly button, not the hips. Belly button, pull the belly button in. One leg reaches away from you and down to the mat, and then the other one does. See if you can activate those abdominal muscles and just keep yourself nice and stable. Breathing, however you want. However you want. I prefer exhale as I lower my leg, but however you could facilitate this movement and intertwine the breath, I say go for it. I'd rather you just experiment rather than trying to get a breath pattern perfect. You can add to this if you want. Stay down here if this feels best. You can also extend your arms and lift them up. This is kind of like slightly next level. Next level, man. You can also stay here. We're just going to do 4 more sets. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bring your hands behind your legs. If you haven't yet, lift your head, look right in between your knees, And we're gonna rock up to sit. Take a few times. You can always come up to sit in some other way if this isn't right. And now straighten the legs. Arms are gonna reach straight ahead. Flex your feet, relax your shoulders, take a nice deep breath. Here, sit tall. Keeping your feet flexed. Reach forward. Draw the abdominals in actively. This is not just like a collapsing stretch forward. It's like you're making yourself a capital U. And then draw your belly in to come back up to sit. Maybe you're sitting a little taller than you did first. Lift your spine, relax your shoulders. Soften your knees if it's really hard to straighten your legs. And then draw the abdominals in. Capital U. The scoopy part of the U is you drawing your abdominals in. And then stack the spine to sit even taller. One more deep breath. And big stretch. Really nice. Come up to sit. Let's bring the arms down. We're going to make our way up to stand and just do one more quick stretch. Okay, so stand right in the middle of the mat. Stand with a comfortable position with your feet. I'm going to hook my thumbs and reach straight up. And then a little side to side. This is such a nice stretch. Arms are way up to the ceiling. Push down through the feet. One more each way. Try not to hold your breath. And other side. And then come back to the center. As you bring your arms down, stand tall. Relax the shoulders. Quick little ear to shoulder. And other side. Come back to center. Relax your shoulders. One more belly breath. All right. Have a great day. Be good to yourself.